Okay, guys, so we're going to look at the little bender tool, CC Bender. So I'm going to say File, New. I'm on a new project right now. So I'll say File, New Project, and I'm going to call this Save As. Got my demo animation. This is going to be my CC Bender sampler, and this is Dancing Man. I'll have a little Dancing Man at the end of this. All right, and I just went ahead and gave it a name right away, so that way if it auto saves, hopefully it'll go there, and also that way you can just, hopefully before it starts crashing, or if it looks like it's gonna crash, just quickly hit save. So I'm gonna go ahead and open up this file. So I'm importing a file that I did a vector cutout in Illustrator. And just remember, I'm not importing footage. I'm doing composition, retain layer sizes, import. All right, it's right here. Don't forget that the folder has all my different layers. So awesome, I'm gonna go ahead and move this into my main composition. Actually, I can just drag this layer into my main composition. Oopsie, I forgot to make a new composition. Let's make a new composition, and this is my Dancing Man. And I'm just going to go ahead and keep it on the social media landscape, 30 frames per second. Here, I have my duration set at 10 seconds, okay? 30 frames per second. Resolution a third doesn't mean that my final thing is going to be a third resolution. It just means I'm actually going to go for quarter. So hopefully my computer doesn't crash. Okay, I'm just lowering kind of like my preview. Okay, resolution and okay. All right, now I'm going to drag my little man onto here. All right, and I'm ready to animate this little cutout, okay? And again, I have it on quarter resolution. It looks a little bit pixely right now, right? But if I switch to full, you see how he's nice and sharp? Okay, so this is just, I'm just trying to keep it low res for my preview so I don't crash my computer. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and play around with the bender. So I'm gonna go up to Effects and distort. And as you can see, there's lots of these things, okay, guys? There's so many different things. So we started with bend it last time for a little dancing Eiffel Tower, and now we're gonna do bender, CC Bender. Okay, again, nothing happened, but you can see over here, this is my little effects panel. Okay, so I'm gonna just go ahead and just start playing around in this menu, changing some values and see what happens. Okay, so right now I can read that it says style is set to bend, okay. Top, base, I'm guessing that's what these little nodes are here. And amount, okay. Let's see. Ooh, okay. This one's pretty cool because unlike with the bend it, remember how my box really got in the way and I had to like make my box bigger to fit my animation? This one doesn't seem to be giving me that issue. But I'm noticing with the bend it, I could like bend my Eiffel Tower all the way till it was like almost drooping down here. This one is working a little bit different. Okay, so let's see what happens when I start adjusting some things. All right, I can move back and forth. Top, okay, let's see. I'm gonna move my Y value. Okay, oh, it looks like if I move my Y value down, now when he bends, he's bending more from here. Okay, so like if I just only wanted his head to go back and forth, right? If I wanted his body to remain still, I'm gonna go ahead and hit reset. And I'm gonna bring my top point maybe up to here, and let's see if I bend it. Okay, it's moving. Let's see, let me move this. Let's see what this does now. Okay, now you can see it's really only this head and shoulders is moving back and forth. Okay, so you can see that moving this around, okay, is really useful for something like this for a figure if you just want to make them do a little shimmy, do a little shake, a little dance, okay? And if I want my entire figure to bend back and forth, I will move this point down here. Let's see how that, there we go. Now I'm swaying back and forth. All right, there's also some different style adjustments I can make. So I have this style bend. I'm gonna go ahead and just reset everything. So bend is one style. Ooh, let's see, what's Marilyn do? All right, Marilyn is gonna kind of do side to side, little hips swaying side to side. Okay, and again, this is something where, let's see what happens if I move my point up here. Now I've just got here moving. Let's see, what if I move outside of my figure? Okay, now I'm just kind of swaying back and forth from here up, so on and so forth. Okay, so you can see if I just want to move the top of my body, or what happens if I just only want to move the middle. There we go. So on and so forth. Okay, so you can play with these. So I would say just, before you start animating anything, just play around, see what these have. Okay, Marilyn does that. I'm going to just hit reset. Let's see, they're sharp. What's sharp going to do? Ooh, okay, that's a very sharp back and forth. Okay, so you can see my knees are bending a little bit here. All right, so it's definitely a sharper movement. And boxer, what happens for boxer? Okay, it's almost like I'm moving out of the way, like someone's throwing a punch, and then, oh, I need to move out of the way. Don't hit me with your punch. Don't hit me with your punch, okay? So you can see how there's lots of different things. So play around with this. I will give you a little person cutout, and then how do we animate this again? All right, so let's say I want to start, I kind of want like the boxer. If I want to use the boxer, okay, I can go ahead and hit my tick mark on for my amount at the beginning. Nothing's going to change. Maybe I want to change my style once in a while too, okay? So I'm going to start with boxer. I'm going to give myself a little, oopsie, I'm going to reset that actually. So I'm right here at, now I'm going to hop to 1 second, and maybe I want to go, whoop, this direction. I want to be on boxer. Oh, hold on, I messed up. Let me go back, undo, undo, undo. Make sure I don't have any keyframes on here. Okay. I'm just going to delete these keyframes real quick just in case. All right, and so I'm on boxer right here. Boxer with no movement. Now I'm going to hop to 1 second. I'm still on boxer, and maybe I want to move to the side. And then at 2 seconds, I'm just moving my playhead. Maybe I want to move to the other side. And then at 3 seconds, I'll move to this side. Okay, let's play that back and see what happens. Okay. Oh, I got a little dance going on, right? A little dance is going on right here, but I feel like this is pretty slow, okay? To go 3 seconds side to side. So I feel like this is a perfect opportunity to show you how to do some things with your keyframes. I can go ahead and select all these keyframes here. I'm actually going to expand this so I can actually see my keyframes. I'm going to drag a box, okay? I'm just in the arrow tool. I'm dragging a box around them, and I want to speed this up. So I can always remember select them, and then I can like pick this up and move this if I want to change where my animation is happening. But I don't want to do that. I actually want to compress all these keyframes, right? I made them, but I want it to happen a lot faster. So instead of picking up the last one and moving it, I'm going to hold Alt, ALT on my keyboard, and I'm going to click the last one, and now you can see it's maintaining everything proportionally. And let's see how this looks if I do all this movement in 2 seconds. Okay, that's a little better. And if I wanted to do even faster, if I want to have them do like a little back and forth, a little shimmy in 1 second, again, I'm just alt dragging. And now all this motion is happening here in 1.5 seconds. Okay, so depending on how fast you want your animation to go, you can always put down some keyframes, right? If you have some specific spots you want it to go, and then you can either stretch it out. Same thing, if I wanted to really slow this down, he's listening to a very slow beat. I'm going to alt drag, and I can stretch it out. And now, he's really going to be swaying back and forth slowly, okay? So maybe you have some like an illustration where you have some, leaves blowing back and forth, or the grass like slowly swaying, right? You might want to make these keyframes and then drag them out, okay, with alt. And if you want something to go a lot faster, okay, alt, and I'm going to bring that closer into itself, okay? And there we go. Now I got a really fast dance. Okay? You can also take these keyframes and copy and paste them. I want to just go ahead and change. Let's see, I have him doing the boxer. Okay, maybe I want to do a new dance over here now. So maybe I'm going to bring him, I'm going to go ahead and change my style from boxer to maybe Maryland. Maybe now he's going to do a little shake, like he's really feeling the beat, and now some more of his body. We're going to give him a little more dramatic movement. All right, made my keyframe for me. I'm going to skip ahead again, and maybe I'll go the other direction. Okay, skip ahead, go back. Okay, and so on and so forth. Okay, let's play these keyframes back. Oh, he really slowed down. So again, I can take my keyframes here, Alt drag, and really compress that movement, or even pick these up and whoops, just move all three of them a little bit closer this direction. Okay, and so that's how you can use your CC Bender tool. I'm going to go ahead and I will show you just real quick on this demo how to also export this. So I would say File, Save. Okay, I've already given my project a name, and then I want to export, add to Adobe Media Encoder Queue. Now, all my animation is happening here in 3 seconds, but my timeline, you'll notice I have a lot more time. So I'm actually going to pick this up and actually right on this last keyframe, if I want, I can clip everything to this. Oh, I forgot what's my keyboard shortcut for that? Is it? Okay, hold on a second. Let me click on this layer. Okay, it's Alt, and then I would do my right bracket. Let me hit undo. You can see that. Take a look here. It's going to clip this animation. So Alt, right bracket. Okay, so that layer is stopping there, and I'm ready. I can just drag then my whole animation, and now I have about almost a 3-second animation. Okay, and I'm going to say File, Export, add to the Media Encoder Queue. Hopefully this doesn't crash. All right, my Media Encoder Queue is here. And again, for sharing this, we're going to do an animated GIF. And I'm going to say output. Where do I want to put this? I'll put this here in my little classwork. And this is CC Bender Dancing Man Sampler. I'll hit save. Okay, and then remember, I actually have to hit the play button now. It looks like I added it here twice, so I'm going to go ahead and delete it the second time. I'm going to delete it. Yes. Okay, now I'm ready. Oh, no, that was my UFO one. Oops. Okay. Whoopsies. I wasn't paying attention to the file. File, export, add to the Media Encoder Queue. Hopefully that comes back up again. Okay. There it is. Okay, and it's going to go right here in the Dancing Man. Perfect. So I'm going to hit play. Okay, that'll take a little bit of time. Hopefully it's not too long because it was only a 3-second animation. And it says done. So I can now go ahead and stick that on a Google slide and see how that plays.